the spending may be over, but those holiday bills could just be arriving. With so much concern about what might not be on the shelves due to supply chain issues, and if customers would check out small stores in person with Omicron surging, how did the state shopkeepers do at the end of last year? Here to give us perspective is the president and CEO of the California Retailers Association, Rachel Michelin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great, thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. So last fall, the National Retail Federation predicted the holidays would be perhaps 11.5% growth over 2020, with sales landing between $843 and $859 billion nationwide. MasterCard reporting sales up 8.5% year over year. Hard numbers out of all of these predictions are due out next week. So from what you're hearing, what you've been watching over the holidays, over the last few weeks, how did it go for retailers? Did California do its part to make that growth prediction come true?
You know, I think we did pretty well in California, and I think the numbers will bear that out. I think what's interesting is that we elongated the holiday shopping season. So, we were encouraging people to get out and shop, particularly in, as early as Labor Day, September, October. So I think we were able to dodge a little bit of a bullet in terms of the rise in Omicron cases in California, people having a little bit more nervousness going into public spaces. So I'm happy we were able to do that. We did see, and I think it will be interesting to kind of dive into those numbers to see the impact between our small retailers and our national chains. Obviously, I think our national chains will probably show a little bit more profitability through the holiday season because they were able to put into place some changes when we dealt with the supply chain issues that may have had a more detrimental impact on our small independent retailers across California.
Alrighty, so let's look at that supply chain issue. The New York Fed has helped create what's being called the Global Supply Chain Pressure Index to kind of get some metrics going about this problem. For the holiday, were a lot of companies in your association unable to sell what they had planned to because of port backup and other supply chain issues?
We still have about 100 cargo ships sitting outside the port of LA and Long Beach. I think that was yesterday was the number I saw. So we still have a problem. It hasn't gone away. I think that I was really impressed, particularly with consumers. They kind of pivoted to other gift ideas. We really encouraged consumers to consider gift cards. So I think it'll be interesting to see those numbers on the sale of gift cards so that if you had your heart set on a specific gift, you would be able to purchase that when it's made available. But we were able to keep, I think, the majority of things on the shelf. Again, we're going to really need to dive into the details on the separation between independent retailers and our national brands. But I think so far, we've had some positive responses from retailers in California that we dodged a bullet, but we certainly, at least from our California Retailers Association perspective, will continue to be talking about the supply chain and changes that we need to make sure that our supply chain works effectively throughout not only California, but we're a national gateway for retail across the country. We need to make sure that we don't see those glitches happening again.
Now, you're talking about staying on this issue. The governor had promised back in the fall to identify land where some of these waylaid containers would go. Has that happened? Has it happened enough? Did it make a difference? And then my other question being, you were talking about customers pivoting. Does that mean a lot of your association members are going to be stuck with what should have been under somebody's tree for Christmas, but it's sitting in this container and then nobody maybe wants it right now? I know you mentioned the gift cards, but people, the tide could turn given the season.
You're absolutely right. So to your first question, we're still waiting. I've not seen anything in terms of a report coming out. We've asked from the governor's office, where is some of the metrics that was promised in his executive order. We haven't seen that yet. That's why, again, even just later today, I have about 2 or 3 calls this afternoon on the goods movement with different stakeholders to talk about where we're at and where we go forward. And we're going to continue to hold the governor accountable for what he said. We need to make sure that there are solutions to this problem. And there's a lot of folks that have to be engaged in this. It's not just a federal issue, it's also a state issue. And we have to make sure that we have strategies in place to make sure that we have a smooth goods movement in California. In terms of your second question, you're absolutely right. There's going to be product out in the ports, out on these cargo ships that were, they were spearheaded for the holiday season. Maybe they will sit there and be used next year for the holiday season. We're going to turn. We have Chinese New Year coming up. That's a big time for the ports. We've got summer coming up. You know, retail's always a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to the seasons. So we're going to see what happens. I think we're doing everything we can to make sure we get that product to consumers, to the store shelves. That's our job as retailers. You know, that's what we do. We want to make sure that our customers have access to these products. Hence why we're going to be pushing so hard to make sure that we collaborate with all the stakeholders in the goods movement and make sure that we have a strategy to keep it moving.
All righty, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, we're going to be following with you about what answers you get back from the governor's office.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.